Hello and welcome back to the channel. I've always washed cars and bikes with a bucket of soapy water and a brush, but I wanted to try using a snow foam type cleaner like this to see what all the fuss was about. I haven't got a foam gun for a pressure washer, but I saw you could make a hand powered one out of a simple garden sprayer, so I decided to try. This is a cheap pump sprayer from B&Q that I bought for about £15. It's hard to see the markings on the side, but you can colour them in with a Sharpie to see them better. I'll be trying the Autoglym Polar Wash liquid at first, but I'm certainly open to a cheaper option if this works okay. They're pretty vague about quantities on the bottle, so I'm trying a 25% solution. I'll add 125 millilitres of wash to the bottle and top it up to 500 millilitres with tap water. You pump up the pressure like this, and with lots of empty air space in the bottle, it took quite a bit of pumping. I wanted to try the sprayer first without changing anything, just to see what it did. Yeah, it's spraying soapy water for sure, but not really any foam at all, so it's time for the modifications. You can release the pressure with this valve before unscrewing it, which is nice. The first step is to simply take a pin and stab a hole in the pipe quite high up. This allows air to mix with the liquid as it gets sucked up. I started with one hole at first, but I added more later. And the second step is to take a bit of rolled up scouring pad and poke it in the hole behind the nozzle. You need to be careful not to get it in the way of this part that pushes into the ring to stop the flow and pulls backwards again to open it when you push the trigger. Right, let's pump it up and give it a try. This is much better. It's starting to look like foam. But we can do better. I figured more air would mean more bubbles, so for the second try I added 2 more holes to the pipe for a total of 3. And after adjusting the spray nozzle a bit too, we've got a really good snow foam for such a cheap, simple tool. Here's a quick video of me washing the bike and my thoughts so far after the first try. The sprayer obviously isn't as good as a pressure washer version. If you're washing a whole car and it's no trouble to set up a pressure washer, then definitely do that. But it's much more useful for a motorbike, which is smaller, and if access is at all limited for a pressure washer, this is actually a great option. When I rinsed the bike first, the foam slid off much faster. You could clean it one bit at a time, or just give it a minute while you do the other side like this and then come back around to top it up. I obviously had to keep pumping up the sprayer, but it wasn't much effort for a small vehicle like this, and the 500 millilitres of fluid I'd made up might just do the whole bike if you're careful. I will be trying out different concentrations as well at some point. You may not be able to use the last bit of liquid in the bottle, but it doesn't actually matter because you can just leave it there for next time and add more before you start. Overall, I'm really happy with it. People have been asking me for a video about how I clean the bike, and I don't think this technique is necessarily a game changer, but I'll have a few more goes and eventually I'll let you know how I get on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.